entire anime was made by one person, which I think is sick. That's super incredible that somebody can sit down and like have that artistic ability to create the entire anime. This is by Taibe. I've watched their stuff in the past. I am subscribed. They won the subscribe mark from King Jivy Code, so we know that this is a banger channel. But let's get right into this one.
Something unbelievable happened in the anime industry. A young artist named Masuya Yuki won a manga competition with a simple story about teenagers and shape-shifting blobs. But instead of pitching his work to a studio like everyone else, Yuki decided to attempt the impossible. Create an entire anime film by himself. He was squeaky. No studio, no team, just one guy with a crazy dream.
Dude cracked a bunch of Red Bulls, hired a bunch of prostitutes, and just started getting to work, my dude. He had so many women in and out of under that desk, or men. I don't know which way he swings.
Every single frame, every character design, every background, this man did it all. From over 50,000 hand-drawn frames to Photoshop painting and After Effects compositing, Yuki poured thousands of hours into this insane solo project. People thought it
it ends up being like absolute trash, bro. It ends up being garbage.
In 2009, after years of solitude, Yuki released Senkoro, a 40-minute long masterpiece. And guess what? He didn't do it once, he did it twice. Today we're gonna break down both of these incredible short films.
Dude, guy has like ultimate giggity schmoodle energy. We need to talk. This is something that is being really missed out in the mainstream media. Is talking about like these absolute giga chad, giggity schmoodle energy. Like giga chad thing of the past. If you had that giggity schmoodle now, bro, you just be like tearing up buttholes and vaginas, dude. You just be tearing up those buttholes and vaginas, and you're an actual king like me, King Jivy Coates.
Diving into the story, the art style, and the characters. Grab a snack and get ready. Meet Tetsu, our main character. He's kind of like Bakugo, but if Bakugo only listened to...
Dude, Daya, the video told me to grab a snack. Do you want to sit on my face while I watch this one? Dude, my wife just gave me the most fucking shut the fuck up face I've ever seen.
My Chemical Romance. And you're probably thinking, what the hell is that thing he's sitting on? Oh, don't worry, that's...
Yeah, don't worry, that's just his giant semen monster. That's a giant semen monster, the best kind of monster. Well, when your town has like issues with fertility, make sure to send the semen monster across the entire town and get everybody pregnant.
Now, in this world, there are monsters that can be controlled by humans through something called a link, which is an invisible connection to the user's monster that happens to be on their hair. Remember that, because it's a key part of this story. I don't know where a big, chunky monster comes through a portal. My boy been eating too many Feastables, huh? Then another monster appears on top of him, revealing this guy. Oh, I hope this is the main villain of the story. Meet Yuki, our second main character. She's more of an outgoing expert, the happy type, oblivious type character, you know, who happens to be weirdly obsessed with these monsters that randomly appear around the city, destroying everything. Yes, everyone can see these monsters, but we'll get more to that later. Yuki has dreamt of seeing one of these monsters for herself, and that dream is about to become a reality. Later, Yuki goes to school and takes out the trash. Listen, this gotta be that Japanese jump, bro. I've never seen an American student do this. She steps out and hears a bike moving, but there's...
Bro, I'm always so curious how the Japanese school system works. It seems like it's just kind of like college, but like not college. And they're like, you don't have to go to high school. And I'm like, Jesus, bro. Well, what is Japan just like? We need you guys to be like thoughtless workers quicker. I don't know how it works. They might have it figured out a lot better than the U.S. is. I know the U.S. just kind of pumps out retards all the time. So, thanks, George Bush, I guess.
Nobody on the bike. Our boy Tetsu pulls up like, oi, don't touch my bike, bitch. Then an eye appears from the seat of the bike. At this point, my heart would have been in my big toe. I would have ran so quick, and this thing started transforming in front of her. She had no reaction, bro. This is crazy. Even our boy Tetsu is shocked. Later that day, Yuki brings Tetsu some food, you know, a little Riz. Yuki is infatuated by Cinco. Tetsu's like, don't tell a soul that you saw me controlling this thing. Tetsu uses his link to turn Cinco into an old-ass Chevy. This must have been the creator's actual car, because there's no way you have control of a shape-shifting monster and you turn him into this. But this is one of the many forms Cinco is gonna...
I don't know, dude. You gotta keep it inconspicuous. What, you wanted to turn it into a Ferrari? Well, everybody then is gonna be looking at you like, why does this fucking, like, this high school, like, a malnourished kid have a Ferrari?
during this series. It's finna get wild. I don't know where Shu pops up, the same guy from the intro, controlling that big chunky motherfucker, and our main antagonist. He pulls up like, I know your little ass Toyota is a monster. Give it to me. Oh, did I forget to mention, some people can literally sever your link and rip your monster away from you. Also, remember that big blob from earlier? He's controlling it too. He has 2 monsters and wants Tetsu's monster too. Tetsu's like, nah, I'm not going. Turns Cinco into a staple gun and gets folded.
Bro should have went like, bro should have went full Gucci Glock mode, bro. Bro should have had that, put that switch on the back, and his monster would have just clapped that other monster's cheeks, bro. A stapler gets like something, but everybody's stapled themselves. I don't know many people who've glocked themselves, and that's a good thing. Yeah, you don't want to be glocked.
By Shu's conniving octopus head ass monster. Cinco turns into a pair of scissors and cuts through Shu's monster's leg, immobilizing it just long enough for Yuki and Tetsu to escape. Later, Yuki starts making her way back home, and guess who catches up with her? My boy Shu. This time he pulls up on some extra freaky activity, hitting her with that harassment. Hey, back on my girl Yuki, bro. He's patting her on the head and trying to get more.
Bro's just trying to give her the you have no choice but to come to my Diddy party. Let's go to a freak off. And she's like, I hope you get like put in jail for the rest of your life, and then lots of things happen to your butthole in prison.
Info about Tetsu, but Yuki literally just met him, so he realizes this is pointless. I look like a creep, and hits an instant transmission. Later, Tetsu gets on to her for trying to walk home alone after encountering Shu, because now Shu knows exactly how to get to Tetsu. If that means putting Yuki on the edge of a building to lure Tetsu out, that's exactly what he's gonna do. This plan works perfectly. Tetsu comes to help Yuki immediately, giving Shu the opportunity to take him out the game and steal Cinco from him. He turns on aimbot and throws a metal rod, caveman style, hits Cinco with a critical attack. Left him looking crazy on the ground. Luckily, Cinco managed to save Tetsu and Yuki, but he got hurt so bad he had to eat Tetsu's arm to recover. That's when Shu pulls up again, this time controlling the big back baby monster from the intro. He picks Cinco up, pulls Yuki and Tetsu out, and literally eats Cinco. Cinco just fucking dies. Shu's finally
dude, just fucking kills the smaller sperm monster. What the fuck, dude?
And what he's wanted, he's absorbed Cinco and now has access to all his shape-shifting abilities. Unlike Tetsu, he does something kind of fire with this ability. He turns his big back baby monster into a literal fighter jet, my guy. Oh, here's your 4-minute reminder. This entire anime is made by one person. That's when something extraordinary happens. Shu's link to Cinco gets stolen by Yuki. Keep in mind, Yuki has never controlled a monster in her life. She has no idea how this even happened. She starts shape-shifting Cinco into a big-ass glass of lemonade. Okay, what? Of course, Shu is pissed.
That's not lemonade. That's a bunch of pee. They call it lemonade, but when he gets hit with it, he gets hit with that massive sterilization power.
Not only did he lose control of Big Back Baby Monster, but he also lost Cinco. And on top of that, the actual Japanese military pulls up, blowing at Tetsu and Yuki. They not playing, bro. It's so bad. Yuki has to turn Cinco into a egg coffin thing. What is this? Somehow Shu's evil ass gets inside and tries to take Yuki's link from her, which he successfully does. The only problem is he took her link to the Big Back Baby Monster. So what I'm assuming happened here is Cinco's ability stayed on the monster, and the monster doesn't have the ability to transform. So the monster just dies in the egg form. She was like, well, time to retreat. Just destroyed half of Japan, you know. Where you going? KO'd him, okay.
Bro, just hits him with a fucking where'd she get the baseball bat? She just had it hidden up her vagina. She just be keeping baseball bats just hidden in her pussy 24/7 in case she just needs to clock a motherfucker. Honestly, not a bad play.
Comment sweet dreams if you made it this far. Yuki and Tetsu escape this big bad baby monster.
By the way, comment anything if you made it this far. I want to hear about how long your little toe is. I want to hear if it's like one of those weird little toes that like curls around your entire foot and then you have to tie it to your big toe. I want to hear about that type of shit. I'm like wildly interested about that.
Get hit with missiles from the military. They then realize they have to get a move on before they get 360 no-scope by the Japanese Special Defense Force. This was a wild part 1 to a 2-part series. So far, we've learned about links.
This is only part 1? Holy shit, dude. Holy shit, do we go on a fucking adventure here, bro? This creator is a fucking goat, dude. He is the throat goat. I mean the anime goat.
No, there might be something special about Yuki. And there's one bad thing we also now know. Tetsu doesn't have control of Cinco anymore because Yuki accidentally stole his link. Just remember that Tetsu now has a slight hatred towards Yuki for stealing something so dear to him. Welcome to Cinco Roll Connect, part 2 of this insane series released in 2019. And what's wild is this is all still being made by one person, and it looks even more insane. Without wasting no time, it's gonna get crazy. Let me introduce you to my girl Kaname. She's a real hothead. You don't want
Bro, are we not hanging out with the same characters anymore? Or are they just introducing new characters? These are questions we need answers to, bro. I'm so locked in. I'm so fucking locked in on this shit. I'm gonna have to watch this. I hope it's on Crunchyroll and it's in English.
bad side, or you'll probably end up like this poor monster who just got absolutely beat. Also, meet my man Godada. He's just a chill guy who hunts monsters. Nothing much to him. Hashtag chill guy Godada in the comments. They work for the Japanese Dangerous Animal Research Foundation. Crazy name. They've been tasked with hunting down this guy. He looks pretty familiar. I wonder who that is. Apparently, she was also in the Japanese Dangerous Animal Research Foundation. He went on a mission 8 days ago and never came back, so the higher-ups think he's betrayed them. We know exactly what he's been doing these past 8 days.
Bro, he's been getting giggity with the girl, dude. They've been slapping some no-no meat together.
They also find out that he's lost control of number 74, which was the big back baby monster. And the person who killed number 74 is none other than this emo ass guy Tetsu. At least that's what they think. But we know who really put that work in. Look at this thumbnail scene, bro. Just look at it. Beauty. Now we get a glimpse into the life of Tetsu and Yuki.
Bro just creeped out like crazy, bro. He's like, them titties though, I bet she's got nice areolas. Her nipples are probably the accurate length. Like, bro was just absolutely like gooning like crazy. Bro stopped to get that thumbnail picture and just finished to completion.
Those crazy events. Yuki literally has to activate Cinco whenever Tetsu wants to use him. He feels powerless and weak. That grudge gets stronger every day. Kaname and Godada pull up to the wreckage Shu and Yuki left behind, looking for Shu. Kaname uses her big ass satellite monster to try to spot if Shu is anywhere around the area. Although she doesn't spot Shu, she does spot Tetsu and pulls up on him immediately. Imagine this big, bulky, subtly bodybuilt ass monster pulling up on him, and the girl just casually crawls out his mouth like, I don't know what you would have did, but I would have hit 8 somersaults off this building. I'm finna die anyway. She starts looking for Tetsu's monster, aka Cinco. But Tetsu's not trying to let her find it. Yuki pulls up and sees them getting a little freaky. What's going on here? Tetsu's like, I'm not gonna give you Cinco. You might as well leave. Then she summons her monster again. You know he's OP as hell, bro. This scene was cold. Here's your 4-minute reminder. This was made by one person? What?
Yeah, I know, dude. He keeps reminding me of that, and I'm just like, I'm so mind blown, and I'm so like locked in on this. I'm surprised I haven't ever heard of this before.
He's like, I guess we'll do this the hard way. They start fading. Yuki turns Tetsu's arm into a blade, but it does negative damage, no effect. Tetsu's like, give me projectiles, I need them. Yuki gives his ass a slingshot. Oh my god, we're cooked. Of course Tetsu gets dropped off. Oh, look at little baby Cinco. He's so cute. Why he always looks so mad though? He must have not liked Tetsu at all. Oh my god. Out of nowhere, guess who makes a guest appearance? Our lovely antagonist, Shu. He looking hella clean with that $20 Adidas jacket on and a fat ass band-aid on his eye. Who told him this was drip? He pulls up and takes Yuki and Tetsu. Kaname's like, you really think I'm gonna let you get away? Yes, you are. He's
bro, she fucking failed. Miserable, taking massive L's. She might look sexy in the water, according to this guy, but she is not taking the W on stopping the bad guy.
Hey, listen, a lot of yapping happens for literally like 30 minutes, so I'm gonna speed run this entire sequence. Yuki and Tetsu get kidnapped. She was like, yo, I'm a chill guy now. You guys wanna have coffee? Hell yeah, let's have coffee after you literally just tried to murder us. Yay! Shu, of course, cooks up this evil ass plan to get his get back on Kaname and Godada for reasons unknown right now. He's like, okay, listen, I want you guys to be bait so I can break Kaname's link to her monster and take it. Tetsu's like, bet. Yuki's like, I don't know about all that. Let me think about it. He takes a couple steps outside and gets kidnapped instantly by Kaname and Godada.
Bro, what's with this chick just like getting fucking nabbed by everybody? She kind of fucking sucks. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Anytime she moves, she's a liability.
Tell her about the association they're from and that they're after Shu. Kaname's like, we're gonna use you as bait to lure Shu out.
Jesus Christ, dude, this bitch is always bait, dude. She is like the fucking like instant put in danger lady.
Now we have two people using the same people as bait. How the hell is this finna go down? Oh my god. Meanwhile, Shu agrees to something kind of devious. Tetsu asks Shu if he can break Yuki's link to Cinco and give him back control. Nah, my boy is evil for that, bro. I know Cinco originally belonged to him, but to snake your friend like that is crazy. L man's in the comment, bro. This final fight scene is where the animation gets good. Hanmei catches up with Tetsu and they start fighting on the spot. Yuki turns Tetsu's arm into a literal LMG from Call of Duty. He starts blasting.
Let's go, dude. Finally giving somebody a gun. How much do I have to say give somebody a fucking gun before it happens? Obviously, we're 9 minutes and 30 seconds in, and I said to give him a gun like at like minute fucking 3, dude. I was like, minute 3, they need that Glock power, not a fucking stapler. And they were like, no, staples though. Now finally we get a fucking gun.
Of course, without full control of Cinco, he gets dropped off quick. But this was all a part of the plan. While Kaname's distracted fighting Tetsu, Shu pulls up and rips Kaname's link straight out of her head, giving Shu full control over one of the strongest monsters in the anime. This is bad. Godota tries to save her, but he gets put to sleep. Come to find out, Godota is actually Shu's big brother. This anime is not over yet, so I hope they dive more into that in part 3 of the movie, which is actually coming out this month. So get
holy
ready.
shit, dude. I might need to catch up on this shit, dude. We need to get the dub. We need to get like I need to get my fleshlight ready, because like if I'm watching a show about sperm monsters, I gotta make some of my own.
Bro. But Kanme's like, you won't get away with this, and summons that big satellite monster from earlier. This thing is huge. Godota tries to get her to calm down. He knows she can't fully control
What?
this.
Isn't that what a baby is? A sperm monster?
Oh yeah, kind of. But this is like if you took like all the sperm you created, put it in a Ziploc bag, and then let it congeal, and that's exactly what it is. It's more of that than a baby.
This thing is. But she insists anyway. She uses it to trap Shu and almost kills him. But somehow he managed to escape. Using this monster was too much for her body. She completely passes out. Now Shu could have easily left and got away. He barely survived this city destroying threat. But nah, he wants more. He wants Cinco. He takes Yuki's link out of her head. That's when something strange happens. Yuki takes the link to Kaname's monster out of Shu's head without even moving. It's almost like she did this on accident. Kaname's monster,
Bro, she's like goated. She's goated, but she's also the most retarded character.
pieces up Shu's little Optimus thing, forcing him to dip. He then pulls up on Tetsu.
Another thing that this is kind of the animation style and kind of what's going on. I just watched Kaiju number 8 a while back, and God, I want more of that. And this is kind of reminding. This seems like a good place filler until I get more Kaiju number 8.
Take Cinco back from him after literally giving Cinco back to him as a part of the deal. This guy just doesn't know when to quit, bro. He's teleporting around this lobby like a GTA server. This time, he's gonna learn. Tetsu's gonna teach him a lesson. Tetsu turns Cinco into a blade and cuts through this tentacle arm. Cinco runs up on him and staples his leg to the ground. Turns into a World War II cannon and blows this thing to hell. Then Tetsu himself runs up for the coldest finisher I've seen in a minute. I just know bro got put to sleep. Yep, he got put to sleep.
Bro just got racked again. He got fucking booty cheeked again, bro, by a baseball bat. I mean, this guy had to stick it up his prison wallet. He didn't have the front power that the girl had, but damn.
And that's pretty much it until part 3. I really enjoyed covering this series. I think you should go watch it for yourself. Part 3 is coming out this month, so I hope this video blows.
Dude, this is really good. This is really good. I definitely like this. It was fire. This guy be making like incredible videos. He has tons of calls to action. This is it's incredibly well edited. I know that I'm just a slop tuber, but I am saying, like, when I look at this compared to like my actual edited videos, this is much better in terms of production value. I think that I could learn a little bit of a thing or two here. Now, if I had more time, I definitely would be putting a lot more effort in. But I think my reviews are pretty fucking solid. I think that they slap enough clit to make them worthwhile. But let me know what you think. Do you like my game reviews, or do you just prefer me being a fucking shitty slop tuber? I don't mind either way, as long as I get paid and I'm having a good time doing this shit. So I'm gonna keep doing it as long as the world will let me. But I'll catch you guys on the next one, and thank you so much for watching.